Welcome back to Peak Speed Lab 164, where gravity and mass meet friction and the ramp decides the results. I bid you all a hearty good day, and why don't we see what's going on? But first, have you subscribed yet? If you haven't, you might miss out. We're trying to get to 66 subscribers, and then I'm going to give away the Batmobile Hot Wheels Silver Series box, brand new. Okay, so last I looked, we were at 40. So hey, I'm trying, and I'm going to be here whether y'all subscribe or not. So hopefully you'll subscribe and hang out and have a good time. Anyway, so I'm Strick. We're going to do, I was kind of looking to try to figure out what the next batch is because I have some ideas for future groupings. This one kind of caught my eye though because I have two vehicles from from two different companies. Same vehicle. This is the Mustang, the 1970. All right, one's a 1969, one's a 1970, but they're the Ford Mustang Boss 302. Had I had anything else from even from other years, I would have brought them up. These look like the two that I have. So the first one, and I'm gonna unbox these in a second. This one is from the M2. I'm not sure. Have we had this? Might be the first of the M2 machines. M2 machines. Sorry, I just looked. I just realized I don't know if we've had one of these yet. If not, it's new. If so, here we go. It's number is again. You see, this is about like $10. This it looks like it'll be equivalent to like Real Riders premium stuff as far as when you look at Hot Wheels. I'm going to assume it has rubber tires and a metal chassis, but we will find out when we do the unboxing. We'll find out together. How about that? And then, of course, the Fast and the Furious. Boom. Okay. Everybody loves Fast and the Furious. This is from the series. This is the, I guess this shows the, I don't even see what, this is 3 of 5 of the 25 vehicles of Fast and the Furious. Oh, looks like we got a few things on the back. Look at that. Okay. So we will unbox these, find out what's going on. This says Fast and Furious 6, but on here it says 3 of 5. So I guess it's from the Fast and Furious 6 movie, and these are the 5 vehicles from it. Oh, that's what I'm going to assume. Again, this is the Real Riders, so we know rubber tires, metal base. So we've got two pretty high-end vehicles. Honestly, I don't remember what I paid for this one. It probably was anywhere from $8 to $15 because of that's typically where these Real Riders have found. The more collectibles, premiums like the 64s and silver sometimes go to 15, 20, 25. I do have some here that I paid a pretty penny for, and by pretty penny, I mean, probably upwards in the $40, $50 range. But I have to find out what some of those are. We'll see how those perform. Anyway, and then this one for the $10. So what do you say we get to the unboxing right now so we can see how these bad boys look up close? Here we are. So let's do, you know what? We'll save this one since I think it's the first one. We'll go with the Hot Wheels version. Look at that. It looks pretty slick. We'll see about the, again, the Real Riders. We got Metal 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 302. And then, of course, the back with the Fast and Furious 6, the 5-car lineup there. I think I might have some others from this set. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure I have a few, but I decided to go with the two Mustang Bosses to try to keep with that theme. Okay, there we go. Bottom right, Grateful Sam. Ooh, that's feeling pretty heavy. Look at. Okay, we always like to see how this rolls. This looks like it would have been thing up close, but let's. I look like the door is open, but we'll take a look at it up close. There you go. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's what happens. Oh yeah. So we're just taking a look at the construction, at the paint job, the livery, and the shine. How shiny on the bottom, right? Let's see if this is an Indonesia. Oh, Thailand. I was thinking Indonesia. So this is going to be a Thailand crafted Real Riders. I'm looking at this. These real riders, like sometimes this rear tire looks like it might be a little hinky. That rear, but these other two tires don't look too bad. So this is just the one. This one passenger side tire looks a little wobbly, but that's okay. This thing is. I'm looking forward to seeing this. May be the second one we have in this E-weight class. I don't know. We'll put it there for now. Time to open up the next one, the Ford Mustang Boss. Now check out how this is packaged. This is from. I picked this up from Nick's Comics. I'm going to give them another shout out. This is from one of the trips there, and look at this, so you have an idea for the information on the back. I guess this is the Ford. So again, M2 Machines, the Ford series here. All right, let's see how this unboxes. This looks like it might be. I'm hoping it's an easy one. Okay. Look at that. Oh, that's kind of cool. So this is, check that out. This is what's behind the car. Print a number on your Boss 302, put a big gas tank in it, and call yourself Parnelli Jones. I needed my other glasses for that, but that's what it looks like it says. You guys see that? Read that there for a second. Interesting. So let's see how this. Oh, this is going to be one of these. Does this thing just pop right off, or am I going to have? Oh my goodness! I'm actually going to have to unscrew this thing from its base. So if you got any collectors out there, again, sometimes folks don't want to do that, but that's not here. We're here in the lab to test these cars. So I'm going to be right back with I need a little teeny Phillips screwdriver. We'll be right back. We are back. Got these little Milwaukee screwdrivers. Now I bought like these little smaller screwdriver sets for doing some things with slot cars. And they do have some smaller, unusual sizes, but I really like this particular style of screwdriver. You see how I don't have to like with the hand. It's got like the little spinning disc here, and that just pops right out. I don't want to lose those. I might actually. Well, we'll see. All right, first things first. Why don't we take a look at this sweet thing up close? I love this green. Green's my favorite color. I'm a fan of like the dark OD green, Jaguar British Racing green, if you will, hunter green. But I do like a really cool green, and to me, this green with this black. Wow, look at those tires, even with the nice labeling. You can see the license plate clearly, 1970. Got some louvers, spoilers. Wow, this thing is decked out, right? Let's check it out with like is that a little scoop or whatever on the hood? I'll look at that in a second. Little intake. Kind of see inside. Wow. All right. Let's see if we can see anything from the other side here. Can you see anything interesting in there? Anybody? Anybody want to go for a ride? Yeah. Now this doesn't feel quite as heavy as the Hot Wheels version, and I'm trying to see. I may have to get like a magnifying glass because I'm trying to see where this is made. I'm trying to get it looks like, as I take my glass off, I'm going to have to look at this closer and figure out where this is made because I can't quite see it. So we'll be back. So I just confirmed this is made in China, and it's right here, but it was too small for me to kind of see. And then we want to get that and see how this thing is going to roll. Ooh, okay. The friction here seems a little bit much, and it's got a little bit of a stopping. Like this is the issue with the rubber wheels, right? Rubber wheels. This is why we have to put the rubber wheels in a different category from the plastic wheels, because they can get little flat spots in them. They can get a little bit more, warp action. These tires aren't nearly as wide typically as the Hot Wheels. This is what I'm noticing so far from some of the vehicles made in China, maybe not Matchbox, but other brands. So anyway, alrighty. Well, we've done our thing. I'm going to get these cars weighed in and we're going to get them measured in with the center of gravity. And because they are the rubber tires, we'll still do the hub to hub measurements. We're not doing that really with plastic anymore because the plastic wheels, the hub to hub measurements haven't had an impact, but these rubber wheels still seem to have some level of impact, or you can say predictability in some cases. So, all right, we'll see you we're going to just take a break. I'm going to be over on the other side of the track here in a little bit. So we're about to get started here on the short form drag strip for the warm up laps. The Ford, that was the Hot Wheels version, measured in at level E weight class. So that's like one away from the heaviest weight class we have, but it was pretty up there. It was almost in that heaviest weight class. And then the M2 Machines was below that, but is also at the top of its weight class. And then as you saw in the center of gravity measuring, the Hot Wheels vehicle had some really low center of gravity. The M2 Machines just like tipped right over. You could see it already going when I started getting that pad up. So here we go. Here we go. I get that shirt. Anyway, we've got 20 official, or excuse me, 20 warm-up laps. But as always, we're always going to video the first of the warm-up laps so we can see the inaugural run. So once again, as always, the starting gate is that way. I'll meet you over there in a sec. Okay, here we go. We got the Hot Wheels in lane 1 and then the M2 Machines in lane 2. And that's the way, again, that is the way the track or the numbers are set up in the Play Robotics app. The track itself, if you looked at the numbers on this track, we'll just do a quick scan. You'll see this is actually lane 6 and then 5. So 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 for that superhighway. But in the app, we're saying this is lane 1 and lane 2. All right, here we go. First run of 20. See how they do. Ooh. Okay, for rubber tired wheels, I did not expect to see them under like 1.9, but it's close. So let's see what happens when they get some warm-up time. Warm-up laps. Got quite the battle here on the, well, I don't know how much of a battle it is really. That M2 Machines, even though it's swimming in its lane a little bit, has fast run every lap than that Hot Wheels version. Now, it is heavier, excuse me, it is lighter, a little bit longer, but it does have that little bit of a swim. And when it gets off the gate, it looks like it might be a little bit of a delay getting off the gate, but it's been faster every lap. I don't expect any changes for the official 10, but we never know. And so we never know until we go. So let's flow over yo. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, let's just get to it. We're back over there. See how nicely seated they are in their lanes. Lanes 1 for the Hot Wheels, 2 for the M2 Machines. And we've got official lap 1. Yep. See, it's been running in that 1.9 range. That first lap was going to be its fastest, it looks like. But we'll see how the other 9 laps go. Cue music. And music is fading out, or has faded out. We are on lap 10. That green car, the M2 Machines, consistently faster despite it swimming. Okay, I think we need to get this information into the database, see how they fare. Welcome back to the computer side of Peak Speed Lab 164, where gravity and mass meet friction. The ramp decides the results, and between these two Ford Mustang Bosses, this, which is, I think, a new brand in the lab. I know I have some other brands. I mean, other of this brand. I think this is the first time the M2 Machines is in versus the Hot Wheels. And heavier, lighter. This is the real riders, metal base rubber tires. This is the M2 Machines, which is a plastic, and I say base chassis, with the rubber tires. So, and the next weight class down. So I think it might have been close to a 10-gram difference in scale, but the Mustang, they're both Mustangs. The Hot Wheels Mustang Fast and Furious average was 2.0195 seconds down that short form drag strip. So that was pretty laggy. But the M2 Machines results 1.9555 seconds. So I'm going to put this into the database, see where they stack up against the other rubber tired cars. Rubber tired? Are they tired? And never mind. They're rubber tires. See how they compete within that, and then of course, like in general, all around. So let's do that. And then after we kind of get that all put into the database, you know what? Actually, before that, I almost forgot. We never want to forget. Did you sign up? Did you subscribe? Do you want a chance at winning this? All right, we got the Batmobile Silver Series from Hot Wheels giveaway. As soon as we hit 66 subscribers, we were at 40 last time I checked. So we're getting up there. I mean, I'm hoping that we got some long tail subs going, so that y'all are interested in what's going on here in the lab. And then that's it. I think it's time to put these vehicles on the lighted spinning pedestal to give honor to the folks who crafted, designed, inspired, all the usual things that I like to do when we put these on, to give them their moment of glory, regardless of how they performed. Because what can I say? 164 diecast happiness is what it is. So my fellow diecaster blasters, I hope you enjoyed what went on today, and take a look. We'll see what they look like on the lighted spinning pedestal right now. Pop it in for 1 second to say, did you guys catch the Easter egg in one of the videos I had out there? Might be a tasty niblet in there for some folks. As of this time, at the moment of recording this, nobody has seen it. So, I don't know. If you're interested, do what you can to take a look. Now back to our lighted spinning pedestal.